Now I can step outside and juggle for the hell of it or spend my life struggling for relevance. I don't have a soul. If I had one, I'd be selling it for Seb's mess. I'm stuck, so I dwell on it. Now learning this pattern has taken too long. So in my practice, I made a new law. Drill the damn thing for like one or two songs, and if I still don't progress, fuck it, move on. When I was young, I was riding the mainstream. It wasn't fun, all I did was daydream. I argued so much I should have joined the debate team. It was well known the teachers hated me. ADHD debatably shaped me. They see a disorder, I see an escape key. I lived on the edge, gave zero fucks about safety. By modern standards, I'm probably crazy. I wonder things like, what if your style was unique to the point that it was recognized from here to Detroit? People would say, I recognize that, it's only one dude who's flexing like that. Wall playing shenanigans, stalls that he's dancing with. Y'all can fishtail, but he's always advancing his juggles and swaps as he struggles and flops. But to muggles, he's not in trouble a lot. He's hype at the gym like he doubled his squat. Dude's got the sauce and it's bubbling hot. But how many years till it's finally smooth? If I said one or two, I'd be hiding the truth. I have so many habits I'm trying to lose, but they're ingrained in my brain, so prying them loose is like denying the snooze on my alarm clock. I keep my shoulders square. I never let my arms flop, but the more I stare, the more I feel my heart knock. I don't have a dainty release. I went to school for hard knocks. Sometimes my neck hurts, but it's worth the effort. I'm sure to protect the region of my mind that's worried by checks and reaches for dimes. I want to see the world one beach at a time. With my toes in the sand, I'll be speaking in rhymes. Off in the distance is a beacon, a sign that this phase ain't the peak of my grind. I'd rather climb trees than reach for a dime, but these days I can't even decide. Do I follow the path of peaceful decline or let dreams unthread like pieces of twine? Whatever I choose, I'll proceed with a smile. I haven't smoked any weed in a while. My mind is clear, I can see for miles. When I look at the ocean, I can see for miles. Rain or shine, I gotta practice. Delaying the grind puts me at risk of breaking the line leading to status. One day at a time, I bleed on this canvas. AM to PM, I stay in a rhythm. They say I'm a G when I slay, so I give them data that's being portrayed with my writtens. I juggle and rhyme so y'all relate to my mission. The repetitive struggle has me flexing my muscles, but the soreness of shoulders ends my hustle. I get it in double when the wetness is muffled by the roof of the gym, till my stamina crumbles. The tech is a bubble, so I'm invested in muggles that can teach me to dance or my set's in trouble. I was forgetting to chuckle, so the music's on shuffle, otherwise negative self-talk de-threads what is coupled. No beats in spin, try catch a pendulum. If the pizza delivery guy said, I spin poi, I bet you'd let him in. Because flow arts bring us together. Hoopers and jugglers are birds of a feather. Contact staff, dragon, boogang, and fans. What else is there to do at a jam but bond over shapes and finally partake in communal vibes that have us bouncing our cake? Is poi getting trendy? Am I ahead of the curve? Can I capitalize on lessons I've learned? Or I could stand in traffic or step to the curb. Either way, I'll be flexing for sure. I won't dumb it down thoughtlessly because underground camaraderie motivates me to procure what they want to see. Skills that impress. You'll steal a glance like it's robbery. I'm 400 degrees, killing it like pottery. I'm not afraid of AI because debatably I entertain the masses with the way that I rhyme. Don't play with me. I slay the scene and maintain patience till the day that I die. Mumble rap couldn't shake me. I stumbled back to 2018. I don't run the trap, but my thunder claps when I pull up in a van. A-team. I'm here to stay. Your PC's a flake. I'll crush your keyboard and mouse like I'm feeding a snake. Now, computers have a purpose, but it's not the same as burn. I'm about to meet my trap queen. Me and Fetty Wap are taking turns. That just doesn't sound right. I cannot wait to spurn all the imposters saying words that were written in an algorithm. That's not my main concern. It's so funny, I wrote all that before I ever used AI. I lack money, but my rap is funny, so I memorize bars when I practice juggling. My act is funding my habits, luckily, but passion suddenly demands another thing. Social engagement as I promote the arrangement of quotable statements that I wrote to get famous. I am broke, which is dangerous because the goals that I'm chasing won't be attained if I'm token and blazing. I had to quit smoking because the habit encroaches on the plans that I wrote when I envisioned my future. Tactfully flowing enhances the moment, so I cut my bad habits like I got rid of a tumor. I'm starting this year by enhancing my habits. I'm acting like Alice going after the rabbit. I'm not startled by fear. I'm advancing my talents by rapidly mastering personality facets. Designing my prose to combine with flow so my third eye can line up the scope. I'm aiming for big game, playing with big flames. You can feel the heat when they say my nickname. Burn control, intellectual heat. My current role is to detect and then beat the versions so old that they're sweating through sheets. I journal about nightmares so I accept them when I sleep. And when I awake, dreams on horizons seem to be tightened, so I break them down with the schemes that I'm writing. There's no reprieve from the fighting, so I'll use my pen as a sword and cut myself free from these bindings. I know there's someone worth loving deep inside my heart. I know there's something worth uncovering deep inside this art. I grow when I'm discovering weaves outside at parks. I flow and then my suffering leaves and healing can start. I'm all over the place. The pain of disappointment is all over my face. I want to learn to forgive, but sometimes I'm not open to grace. I hope that this phase is only a place I occupied in distant memories when I'm old and gray. Whew, I must have been going through something. I'm filled with modern envy, and while I'm not on empty, the trajectory of flex and green will probably tempt me to cop a Bentley or some rocks with density harder than armor on a SWAT team deputy. All that is to say that ballin' is a way to fall out of touch with the call of my brain. At the end of a long day, all the drama from Kanye is the wrong way to stop pain. I'd rather spin poi in a hallway. I don't get it. We all want to be famous, but the drama's contagious when your ego inflates. I got trauma for days, so my heart is ablaze. My karma's amazing, but daily machinations make me go insane. What's the point of my hard work if the void in my heart hurts when I thicken the callus with my choice to use harsh words? I've employed such a dark verse that the noises of scarred burn. I'm crippled with malice. I should destroy all this artwork. Back to square one to process my grief and prayers and therapy, but I don't want to be brief. I want it to last so when I mob on the streets, the demons never left. I'm locked to the beast. I'll embrace my shadow self to taste the shallow wealth of fleeting success and battle with mental health. Every single artist with a vision or scheme has to grind regardless of criminal schemes. Get rich quick, no such thing. I'd rather take aim like an M16. So I pen 16s and keep adding on. At one point, that queen was a pawn. For the story of my life, I don't even need a beat for the song. I've been weak for too long, so I decreed a new law. Every day I have to write or my technique will go soft. When does progression actually happen? After the session, when I'm tactfully napping? Does my brain assemble various fractions in a future planner unaware of the past tense? I don't know, but my endeavors are daily. I'm a flow, and if I'm clever, they'll pay me. I grind alone, so the pressure is mainly light as a feather, but I'm forever debating this freaking hustle envy. Because muscle memory is more precious than a duffel of 20s. I want to be subtle and trendy, but I'm stuck in a frenzy of fiends for the memes that fucking prevent me from the focus I require. I stoked the little fire, and I don't even know why my soul is never tired. I'm vocal as a choir, and my flow is getting tighter, but I feel my world shrinking like clothes in the dryer. Ever feel slower and wonder, is this optimal practice, or if I delete Facebook, all the drama will vanish? When I'm hangry, I blame it on trauma, like my oblongata is damaged, but the fact is I probably just want a sandwich. Then I'm back at it with some subtle adjustments. I'm like a crack addict because my knuckles are busted and my rash tactics have the muggles in public scratching their noggins, wondering what's up with it. Not really, though. Most people ignore me. You'd think they'd be swarming, but it's frequently boring. My recent story is just me exploring 3-point swaps on weekday mornings. It's a wonderful time in human existence where jugglers can grind on moves as they listen to otherworldly rhymes imbued with a mission. Spread the flow and subdue inhibitions. Artists explore the limits of discipline as they work on a craft without gimmicks or simpletons. We don't stop when we're tired. That would be Michelin. We work hard on our reels, just like a fisherman. I'm the juggling poet. Welcome to my lounge. The vibes are stoic, but seldom do I frown. If you quote this because you felt quite aroused by rhymes so potent you stood up from lying down, I'd be so pissed if you didn't slide through town bumping my tracks as you ride around. Burn control music is the tightest sound, but for Swervin' Bros musing because they finally made it outside the house. I can't determine if wealth helps me work on myself. I'm not seeking labels like the herbs on a shelf, but my current situation is a precursor to hell. Being this broke makes me urgently yell. I shouted to avoid because I don't have a boss. I'm devout, but I avoid the route that unlocks undoubtable joy from paychecks embossed with fancy fonts. I'd rather boast with props. I flow like a rock as it floats in a river. I go to the top with my bow and a quiver. Hopefully lots of bros get the shivers when never-ending circles highlight the poems I deliver. When I take a break from work, I gotta move my body. Andrew Tate's a jerk. He's like, I got a new Bugatti. But he shows up on my feet if I don't do my hobby, so I grab my poi and jam with headphones in the lobby. I flow with ease when I'm focused on me. Promoting peace is easy on an open sea. I'm not advancing my life because of bad advice. I'm not saying boomers had it right, but I'm in a trance at night. There's too many hot chicks and their pants are tight, so the power of this flashing light is gonna make me crash my bike. Flow art saves me from a never-ending doom scroll. I want to block TikTok when I get a new phone. I feel like a simp, son, but I don't have a blue fro. It's a monster in my pocket. Cubone. I drink some coffee and flow, so when you watch me, you know I'm buzzed like a haircut. My insomnia grows due to quality shows on my pocket load of technology, bro. I'm opening up to you. I'm not focused on what you do. I merely curate expressions so that when I vent, if a show it's butter due to the flow I've grown since I muttered another tune. My whole life I developed an artistic philosophy. I blow so many minds, they're like, what is this, lobotomy? I've got to be a prodigy to drop a beat so commonly and rock the street. Geology. Now I burglarized a shop stealing herbs and piles of pot. For what it's worth, my lessons learned, but I can't reverse the plot. Bourbon on the rocks has me swerving from the cops. I did some dirt, now I'm a perp. I'm concerned they're calling SWAT. I grabbed and ran. Speedy. I'm on the lam. Tzatziki. I have a colorful past. Graffiti. I'm grown, but I still need a mentor. Rafiki. I have no idea what that means. Word on the streets that poetry's back. You heard it from me, and I know it's a fact. Currently, we are prone to attack because journaling ceased to grow what we lack. What happened to reflection on a daily basis? It's like robots and humans are trading places. Speak from the heart, not what the algorithm chases. Arguments on Facebook are vague and complacent. Dang it, I'm facing a wave of inflation. I'm not talking about money, I meant the bravery of a nation. Let me explain it. Instead of real service, y'all signal virtue online. Your mom sees a pussy, but she gave birth to a lion. Red and blue both get fake worth from relying on a network that gets hurt from the trolls that are trying to get your attention with threats when they mention random fucking topics that just exist to raise tension. I know I'm a hypocrite. I just feel like journaling is where the average depressed schmuck would achieve redemption. As an extroverted loner, you can bet I'm sure to notice that the spectrum of personas in flow arts is growing. My solar plexus is glowing because my heart is focused on preventing division like we don't mention the quotient. I love to learn from dozens of teachers. I tune into tutorials because I'm done with the preachers. Artistic expression is mystic but lessens the cryptic depression that comes from modernity. We listen to suggestions. Critical questions fill cerebellums. We don't run from diversity. Does my cat understand how the props in my hand lift my spirits even when dropped in the sand? Does my dog comprehend that juggling ends all but the severest struggles in my head? Animals watch entranced, lacking thoughts, but the moral support enhances our toss. And we feed them anyways and appreciate them at any age. And then anxiously chase them when they get away. I hit my dog with a poi and he forgave me thereafter. Same with my cat, but she made for the rafters. Silent, unjudging, indifferent to progress. Nearly every culture depicts them as a goddess. But there's one habit she has that I hate. She meows before 6, 7, and 8. 5 a.m. she meows to get out. I'd put her out at night, but I always forget how. Because she sleeps on my lap. It's sweet, so I lapse on the boundaries I set. At least I fall asleep in a trance. Now, if I didn't have to work, I'd learn every pattern. I'd travel the earth determined to shatter the relentless thirst for social stature. I'd train various dojos as a local master. Spreading the flow, letting friends know that one-handed butterflies and pendulums go hand in hand. So if they plan to jam with the passionate clan, they can advance by demanding their hands become ambidextrous and going ham with the fam. Daily practice maintains status of the latent talent waylaid in the hippocampus. I'm grateful for abstractions that shake my distractions. I'll share the strats, aware of the patents. Origins of tricks are surely on a list. I know who taught me what. A source I can't forget. I yearn to meet flomies whose words have bestowed me with patterns and toss as I do with props that are glowing. I purged the old me who was cursed with enrolling in too many classes, and now my focus is golden. It's true, it was great when I used to lift weights. I'd stare in the mirror in a foolish embrace. Obsessed with striations, nonetheless mind was racing. I looked amazing but still felt complacent. Never good enough, always wanting more, forever looking up moves that left me sore. But the pain was symbolic for gains. I was embracing the call of a game. It was erasing the walls in my brain that kept my ego from going insane. Nowadays, my goals are still shapes, but when the props drop, they go away. Corporate job, wife and kids, what kind of life is this? I miss the flow jams, I miss my dope fam. I have a truck for no reason. I miss my old van. 9 to 5s are lame, so I'm trying to find a way to spread my wings and fly away. I spin alone, I film with I spin alone, I film with phones, but the magic happens when I'm away from the home. Bass music makes me fluent in graceful movement and playful grooving. Bass music has me straight musing. For a 3-boy class at a festival, I ain't truant. I can't do it. I need to go back. I need my flow back. My mortgage and student loans rob me, but juggling helps me retrieve my soul back. My wife says playing with balls on strings is a waste of time, but if my life ends without installing these things into my brain, I'm dying. As a sad boy. Flow arts influencers, it was inevitable. They lecture like, eat your vegetables. Thing is, they are credible, and most young flomies are impressionable. So they ramble and rant on their channels, and damn, it's like they're fighting a war as Rambo in Vietnam. Vietnam, I see what they're on. They get attention from being the mom we never had. Jesus, the bombs they drop are a yawn. They're causing tension, but defeating a straw man. Now I want to teach poi, but the money isn't there. It's a sticky situation, like honey in my hair. My parents probably wonder, what do you even care? It's just balls and strings you're chucking through the air. Well, I think that my practice is in sync with the habits that'll make me distinct as a sphinx made of granite. The daily enhancements to the way that I'm dancing feel like Amazon conveying packages. I portray my hippocampus with phrases I imagine while I reflect on my work every day in a mansion. Well, it's a ranch, but it feels like a castle. So when I get home, I edit reels trying to grapple with the complexity of juggling, because the friends I see struggling deserve a set of words that describes how I run the thing. So here's a tutorial I hope you enjoyed. Now excuse me as I open this LaCroix. That sounds pretty good right now, I'm not gonna lie. Dedicate my life to complexity always. Educate, write, flex, and see what y'all pay. I offer lessons, but you want more than instruction. You want validation, humor, discussion. Flomies are lonely. The old me was mostly focused on growing antisocially. Well, after a decade, I'm seeking connection. Social graces are the secret lesson. I can help you connect with a 3-beat weave. If you're in a crowd of like-minded people and still can't fit in, see me, please. I was there for a long time, so I made all my songs rhyme in hopes you would listen as I narrate a long climb. I don't lie on Instagram. I don't flex on TikTok. I won't buy 1 million fans, a blue check, or a wristwatch. I just want to share what my brain has decrypted. I just want to help if the strain has you drifted. I just want to stoke your flame with my writtens. I learned how to cope with pain by spinning. You can buy a truck, you can whip a Beamer, but if you're fly as fuck, it's all about demeanor. Only spit in truth from your lips, smooth with the quips. Negativity refracts like you're immune to the shit. Never getting jealous, simply setting boundaries. You behead your demons, then collect the bounties. Lifting up the little guys, recognizing if they try something new and saying, good work with a twinkle in your eye. I respect a man in his 30s, his 40s, or 50s who can jam without flirting with shorties. What the heck? I was probably going to go on to say something like, I like when guys aren't creepy. It has no end. I'm happy to perform and happy to practice, but pressure to conform puts my passion at risk. No matter, I'll ride out the storm with immaculate tactics to stay on the map when they update the atlas. I got conventional movement and a brainstorm brewing, but technical improvement turns my brain to a nuisance because it's obsessed with pursuing a plethora of views. You can bet I'm up next because I flex with a view. I travel and spin, getting mad at the wind when I yeet my poi off a cliff like, damn it, again? No, I can jam with my friends or plan an event. Either way, it's on the gram because I bet that eventually, when you mention me, you'll be like, Troy, the not-so-coy poi boy, has a destiny. And it's not fame or a chain, it's just staying engaged with you if you enjoy how I play on the stage. There's no break in the cage. The fate that I chase is just to spread love, because for me, it's fading away. No, I believe in humanity. I believe in this community. I know that with practice, I'll move and sing beautifully. I've been living the dream. Some would say lucidly. Unity over jewelry. I know that you agree. I joined Flow Arts because I wanted to dance more, but constantly commenting has got my hands sore. I used to learn from me. I used to burn for free. Now I notice the pressure like a tube of mercury. It just occurred to me that every person I see could play my rhymes and drift off to my words when they sleep. I just want to be famous because drama's contagious. I saw my friends' favorites and thought, I'm not on your playlist. I'm the most insistent hustler and most consistent juggler. I float to the coast and make jokes with subtle words, but do poi spinners give a shit? Do hoopers want to listen to this? Nope. Might be dope, but it's stupid as a gimmick is. I've got a discography with 100 different songs. When I perform for a crowd, they hum or sing along, but the magic of burn is lost on an algorithm that tragically spurns my thoughts in a cataclysm. And then I just wrote, what's that mean? It means no one likes my music. That's what it means. I grab a random lunch trying to have some fun. My credit's exhausted. I ran it up. Motor mouth me better clamp it shut because the damage can't be undone. My personal issues are worse than jujitsu because the words I disperse fervently hit you. You probably wonder why I constantly mutter machinations that are smooth as a crock of butter. I don't awkwardly stutter because daily pranayama is another way I control the burn so I can talk to my brothers. Thanks for the kind words. I'm a coach. I don't fly first. If I crave too much attention, then for show, I'll die of thirst.